Hey, welcome in to another day of our Thanksgiving journal. Pastor Rick here, just wanting to put a little bit of devotional out there for you to just kind of aid and assist, supplement your studies and your thinking and your meditation before the Lord. And today's verses that we're going to be looking at is 1 Corinthians chapter 1, verses 4 and 5. And so I'll just read them really quick and we'll talk about them a little bit. And I'll send you on your way to have an incredible day, being super appreciative and thankful for what God has done in you. But we'll also talk today about what it might look like to focus some of our Thanksgiving about what God is doing, has done, will do in the lives of those around us. I would say even potentially when their life doesn't seem to be exactly reflecting all of the awesomeness of God, that you want to see happening in their lives. And so here we go. 1 Corinthians chapter 1, verses 4 and 5. I always thank my God for you because of the grace of God given to you in Christ Jesus, so that you were enriched in him in every way, in all speech and all knowledge. And so here is the very beginning of the letter that Paul is writing to the church in Corinth. And let me tell you something. Let me tell you something. He was not writing strictly a bless you kind of letter. Like, the church in Corinth had some serious issues going on, and he was dialing in with them to address some very significant problems. But I love right here that he starts out really just speaking about the blessing of God that has come upon them. And I always thank my God for you. So part of our thankfulness is not just thanking God for what he is doing in someone, but thanking God for that person. Even when they might not be batting 1,000, they're not performing to the level you think they should. And yet Paul is saying, I always thank my God for you because of the grace of God given to you in Christ Jesus, because of the unmerited favor that God has decided to pour out into your life. I thank God for you. I thank God for you and for the grace of God that he's putting in your life, that he's poured out on your life, that you would be enriched in him in every way, in speech and all knowledge. That the words that come out of your mouth and the things that you learn and know would just be bathed in the grace of God, bathed in his power and his truth and his grace and his love. That's what you would experience. And I want to thank God for you, even if maybe, I don't know, maybe your behavior today is not quite lined up with what you would want your life to reflect. I don't know. But I was just really impacted by that today, about our willingness to thank God for other people. Thank God for other people, even when their life doesn't reflect something that maybe we think we should be thankful for, because the church at Corinth was so messed up. But he starts the conversation before he goes into correcting them for the things that are going wrong, and maybe even correcting them for not correcting the people that are doing all this stuff wrong. He starts out by saying, I thank God for you because of the grace of God he has poured out on you. And let's be that kind of people that are thankful not because of the person's awesome performance, but because we can see the grace of God being poured out on their life to help them in their speech, to help them in their knowledge, to help them in their behavior. That's the kind of people we want to be, and that's the kind of eyes we want to have, eyes that look to see the grace of God evidenced in people's lives. So that, my friends, is my challenge for you today. Let's fix our eyes as we look at other people not to first see their performance, how they're doing, the good, the bad, the ugly, but to see evidences of the grace of God that's been poured out on their lives. I think that's like, man, that's going to be a game changer. That's going to be a huge game changer if that's what we focus on as we look at other people. Man, the words that we would have to speak to one another, to encourage one another, even the strength of the encouragement as we look to help someone overcome something that they are stuck in, that they have been trapped by. When we have rehearsed and practiced and focused our gaze to see the grace of God on people's lives, and then we can speak to that grace of God on their lives, man, that's powerful stuff. I'm excited, honestly, to have my thinking challenged today about how I'm looking at other people. So I hope you can join me in that journey of having that thinking challenged. If you weren't already there, I think if we're all honest, a lot of us were not there. So let's do this. Let's do this together. Let's begin to shape our hearts and our eyes, our vision as we look at other people, to scope out, to notice the grace of God that's on them, and then thank God for them. And hey, let's tell some people that we're real thankful for them, and give them an encouraging word along the way. So with that, God bless you. Have an amazing day, and I will see you tomorrow.